Played tennis there at the University of Virginia. She will be our first server to Parenteau.
I was watching a little film on Garcia earlier, and one of the things it looks like is Catherine Parenteau might look to that backhand side. She looks to kind of favor a little bit of a two-hand backhand slash slice, but you can already see her working towards that forehand.
Point.
A lot of times when you favor one side, you're going to try and create a little deception, work around that backhand like you see here.
Just back for Parenteau. These two also recently met in Cincinnati not too long ago. Garcia gave Parenteau some trouble early on in the match, and then Parenteau ran away with it.
It's a really nice return. Great depth there, keeping Catherine Parenteau back at the baseline.
1-1. Side out.
That is a nasty serve from Garcia right on the baseline. Great shape to it, popping up. And actually, that's actually, oh, bummer, out of bounds.
Yeah, just back. If that was in, though, that would give Parenteau some trouble. Cross-court passing shot, drops it in on the angle for Garcia.
Yeah, creating short angles, also a great way to score points in singles. You always think of those like Mary Brasha, great controllers. She also can find great passing shots cross-court.
Well, there's for Parenteau. Garcia takes the early 2-1 lead.
Two, one. Side out. One, two.
Catherine Parenteau finds the corner.
Great job from Parenteau, recognizing her shot from the baseline to be able to get into a point of advantage up at the kitchen line. Great job tracking that down.
2-2.
Oh, Parenteau had the point on the reins. Couple of backhands, though, for Garcia. She's answering the test.
Good things happen when you work hard, Michelle, and that is a perfect example. Sometimes you need a little luck coming your way, but you can also see Garcia really starting to utilize some of her cut strokes, both on the, the forehand as well as the backhand side. Great touch, and it's tough because those can hang up and create some issues.
Big forehand for Taylor Garcia. Beats Parenteau to the forehand side. It was Colin Johns, too, in Cincinnati that said Catherine Parenteau had the fastest wheels of all the ladies, including Annalie Waters on the women's singles side.
Well, I think maybe one of the more underrated qualities of Catherine Parenteau is just her physicality, just the amount of time she's also spent increasing her speed, increasing her strength within the past year, and it really has come to a head, and it's been so fun to watch because she creates not only great control, but there's so much power in her game as well.
Ball was called out on Parenteau, who's looking for clarification from the refs to see if they saw anything.
3-2.
Side out is the verdict. Garcia protecting a 1-point lead. Just back for Parenteau.
Yeah, and tough. You know, it's been talked about all day. The different conditions, higher elevation, the heat does make it a little bit soggy. Not to make things, we'll call it more challenging, but it's definitely interesting to watch because a lot of athletes have had to adjust some of their strokes as well as their locations. even on their serves.
Yeah, some altitude impacting play, as several of the players have mentioned. Parenteau gets it right back down 2 to Taylor Garcia. You feel like it's only a matter of time before Parenteau starts to find her game. Ooh, close. It's a nice corner ball from Garcia to set herself up for the cut shot.
But what was even more impressive, it was a change of style from Catherine Parenteau. So instead of looking for a passing shot, you actually saw the third shot drop. She invited Garcia up to the kitchen and then found another drop that ultimately got her the point.
Why do you think she would opt to do that?
You know, in the game of singles, it's no longer just about passing shots. I think it's about stretching your opponent vertically rather than just laterally. We've, had players like Colin Schick come into the frame, and you're starting to really see some of the nuances and challenges in different ways that this game has evolved, especially in the game of singles. He used to use a lot of drop shots, cutting that down.
Point. Timeout receiver, 5-4.
In November, at least.
Time in.
Weather-wise.
For about the first 2 weeks, 14 days in Dallas? That'll be great.
We were there in June this season and quite hot.
Side out.
That's a heck of a shot from Garcia right there, wrapping that forehand. Really nice shape.
4-5.
It's a nice play from Garcia.
Yeah, taking the pace off. A great touch up at the kitchen line. Working that slice, cutting that ball down. With that backspin, the ball does not come off the ground. So you can see, look at this, the outstretch from Catherine Parenteau, but there's just not enough on it.
Point.
Taylor Garcia finds the corner, keeps that depth on that third.
Yeah, and that's the biggest change coming back out of that timeout is Garcia's ability right now to create opportunities off of great balls to the corner, as well as utilizing the depth of the court.
Cross-court winner for Parenteau. There's that, talk about that north-south mobility. There's the east-west lateral ability of Catherine Parenteau.
Yeah, and that's a good read. We just saw Garcia really come up with a big cross-court winner on that forehand side, so Parenteau starts to shade that direction.
5-6. Point.
And a change of serve, actually, as well. Instead of going with her traditional kind of topspin serve, she undercuts this ball and goes with a bit more of a slice.
6-6.
Oh, Taylor Garcia pulls a forehand out of her back pocket.
I love it. The fadeaway forehand. Garcia's come up with a couple of those to this point on the forehand side.
6-6.
Okay, Taylor Garcia beats Parenteau on the two-handed backhand. What a shot.
Well, and that's a heck of a strike. It's set up beautifully by what she's done at the beginning stages of this first game, and that's the fact that she worked that line continuously, whether it was on the forehand or the backhand side. Cross-court now available even to her two-hand backhand.
Point.
And that's the serve we were looking for earlier that we saw that was nearly an ace, but it was just out of bounds. This one.
An upset brewing for Taylor Garcia.
Side out.
Just stole the rhythm away from the timeout. That's a bummer. A different shape on the serve from Garcia than what we've seen as well.
Just wide for Catherine Parenteau.
Side out.
Bit of an untimely error for Catherine. Not used to seeing her miss. That was right on her hit, on her paddle.
Uncharacteristic. Garcia tries to build down the line, just wide there.
Side out.
Garcia, a two-time All-American back in her tennis days.
6-8. Point.
And that's where you need to build if you're Catherine. The misreturn, easy point. Also now sitting on that backhand side means her forehand could be really dangerous on this third.
Point.
Just like that, so impressive from Catherine. 3 balls, come away with another point.
8-8.
Taylor Garcia goes for the dropper, and Catherine Parenteau steals a 1-point lead back quickly.
That's how she got herself back into this game in the early stages, right? Utilizing that third shot drop.
Wide again for Garcia, and we're going to finish it here.
Time in. 10-8. Point game.
Parenteau seals it, 11-8 finish. Presented by Thorlo, Michelle McMahon, Cameron Irwin in the booth,
0-0.
Cameron Blackwood on the sideline. Catherine, a lot of C's. Catherine Parenteau takes game 1. Down the line she goes to start game 2.
But that point is a great example of the physicality of Catherine. To be able to hit that shot, open stance, and be able to hold that right leg instead of fading away, that's how she can hit that line to line. Great ball.
Point.
And against an opponent like Catherine Parenteau, errors are going to hurt you, especially early.
Yeah, honestly, I think back to that coming out of the timeout in game 1 for Garcia. She had the lead, missed serve, and all of a sudden Catherine comes storming back.
Point.
It feels like at this level, it's honestly a matter of maybe 1 to 2 points that really separates sometimes the wins from the losses. And maybe it comes at a missed return or a missed serve, and that's where it really hurts your soul, because those are more within your control.
3-0.
Oh, what a shot from Catherine Parenteau, inside out. Cut shot?
That was unreal. It was almost as if she was doing, this looks like curling.
So good. Catherine Parenteau,
4-0.
one of the best to ever do it here in women's singles. That's why. And a near ace, just a bit long. Taylor Garcia will try to halt the momentum, down 4 and a game.
Point.
Nice inside out finish for Garcia.
Yeah, and again, that's the parallel shot to what she's been hitting, which is curling that back towards the right side of Catherine Parenteau. So nice job in terms of expanding her range.
Catherine Parenteau, deception on the backhand too.
Yeah, and the deception's spot on. You could kind of see her winding up, and then she holds just long enough. Requires great footwork to be able to do that.
4-1. Point.
And a little bit of a drop, even with the 2-hand backhand, in terms of slicing and cutting that ball, little backspin. She's won about 4 points in this match already, just on her 3rd shot drops alone.
Ooh, that's a nice sneak attack from Taylor Garcia.
I like that sneak attack.
Sneak attack on the roll too.
It was good.
Couldn't see it coming.
1-5.
Former tennis players, you can see the prowess on those inside-out shots.
Point.
Great contact from Garcia on that first forehand volley.
2-5.
A lot of pace coming off of that paddle.
Point.
Little run for Garcia. Now cuts the lead to just 2 on her side.
It's been twice now that I've seen a 2-hand backhand from Garcia that where you're a little bit stunned just because of how flat she's able to hit that ball back cross court. Maybe 2 of the best shots she's had this match.
Wow. A perfect point construction for Garcia.
And that's the exact same thing. That is a setup off that 2-hand backhand to the cross court.
Time in.
In terms of your best
4-5.
finishes on the PPA Tour.
That's a nice response from Catherine Parenteau. Backhand punch down the line. Not an easy shot to execute.
Nope, now 1 of 2. She missed one of those exact same balls on game number 1, so nice job in terms of her adjustment there.
Oh, Catherine Parenteau goes right back cross court, beats Garcia to the punch.
Man, it's fun to watch Catherine Parenteau's footwork. Just even on the move, how she's able to still put that right foot in front, get a little more closed off on that backhand side. That's what allows her to look deceptive, able to go up the line as well as hit that short shot cross court.
Point.
Parenteau on the run again, up 3.
7-4.
Parenteau goes inside out, and Taylor Garcia was all over it that time.
Catherine's just having fun now. She's getting up to the kitchen and just showing all sorts of different tricks. Look at this.
4-7.
That third shot roll is so impressive from Parenteau. A shot before that one.
I did not. No.
That looked like it was just long. I think Garcia is questioning, though.
Seven, 4. Point.
Miss for Garcia. You can hear the frustration mounting on her side, understandably so. Parenteau 3 points away from taking the match, and a date with Mary Brascia in the semis.
8-4.
There she goes, inside out again on the volley, on the run.
And just a great,
Timeout, receiver,
beautiful
9-4.
point from
Finishing.
Time in. 9-4. Point.
Match point, Catherine Parenteau.
Ten, 4. Point game match.
Catherine Parenteau, clean winner down the line.